Hey Leo, it's your girl Belladonna Krishana here with your mid-month reading. First of all, I have to apologize for last month. I was trying this whole thing where I would do the readings at the beginning of the month, but that didn't quite work out. And then I got called to do a couple jobs in another state because I'm a professional makeup artist. So I got called to do jobs in another state, and honestly, it's just everything just sort of wasn't working out. So we're back. We're back now. I have taken some well needed rest, as I'm pretty sure you guys have also are needed to. I've taken some well needed rest, and now I am back with your guys' readings. So let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your comments. They've honestly been really great and really supportive. A little overwhelming because I'm not really used to being on a platform like like YouTube, which is much bigger than I expected. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So we've been dealing with the sort of earth-bound energy of Uranus and Taurus. Why is that important? That's important because we are fire signs, and granted, we were in sort of the I think we were in Aries, which is a fire sign in Uranus, for the last 11 years, or 11, sorry, 7 years since 2011. That's what I meant to say. And anyway, and so now for the next few years, we're going to be, and Uranus is going to be in Taurus, and that's an earthbound energy. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't do great with Earth. But it has been pretty cool because of the fact that there are certain things that have sort of aligned with our movements, right? And so now we're a little bit more clearer. And I would say it's more, since we're like the royalty sign. I'm a Leo too. Since we're like the sign of royalty, I would say this would be the energy where we've stepped into being from like the prince to the king, or the princess to the queen, and now we're ready to conquer. And so I feel like a lot of conquering energy. We were ready to really take the throne now, and that is a very earth-based energy as well, which is amazing. So let's see. I just shuffled from the Liberty deck, which is more of like an esoteric deck. And so this is basically going to talk about the energies and the influences kind of coming in and out, but in a more esoteric fashion. So just follow with me. We have the Six of Scepters first. So this is a sense of completion. I feel like this is definitely about certain things that like ended in our like more recent past, or presently, really. But there are certain things that have ended, and there's a sense of completion. And it doesn't necessarily mean that everything was easy, but it definitely means that the lesson for that particular time is now over. We can now move forward in a totally different way. Some of us, this Five of Scepters, some of us might actually be struggling with uh, sort of letting some of these energies go. Some of us may also be struggling with people in our lives who aren't really used to this sort of newfound conquering Leo. I mean, we were conquerors before, but the Aries energy is a little bit younger, and so it's kind of the fiery energy. Uranus is about movement, and the fiery energy that we were kind of in was sort of like a lot of ideas perhaps that you didn't necessarily follow through with, or having maybe sometimes being just a little bit more petty, with the movements that you were making, a little bit more calculated, but in a way of which a prince or princess would do, not a king or queen making moves. Kings and queens, if you think about it, they conquer things. And so, they conquer different lands and different kingdoms. And that's not the energy that we were sort of in yet, but now we are. Now we're in that place. And so a lot of people might be struggling with this new version of you, this newfound you. And that's their problem, though. That's their problem, because we're here to conquer the throne. Like, that's what we're here to do. We have the Seven of Spheres. And so not everyone's going to make it out alive. Not saying physically, but it's going to be a lot of now we've seen it. Now we've seen, the things that we've sort of gone through, and we've assessed the people that were in our lives, and we have, we've sort of like seen where things have sort of not really worked out in our favor, and we're like, we're done. We're like, off with your head. Off with your head now, and so this is sort of saying this conquering energy is fierce. Like, this conquering energy is fierce. Okay, so let me go ahead and shuffle from the other deck, which is the deck that I typically use when I'm doing readings. By the way, if you're interested in a reading, go ahead and hit me up. My email address is below. So let's go ahead and shuffle these. And this is actually going to just show us, what's going on, what's coming up, what can we expect. Our claws are out, man. Our claws are so out right now. We're done. We're done. We're done with people in our lives that took advantage of our caring and kind nature. We're done with situations that were kind of just like lessons, and everything's going to be lessons, okay? I'm not saying that we're done with learning lessons. It's just that we're now ready to learn the lessons that also help us to acquire a country, or like a whole other kingdom. We're like, yeah. I'll learn lessons. As long as at the end of this, you sign my contract and give me that territory. Like, okay. All right. So let's see. I am pulling 6 cards right now. All right. This has come up quite a bit for everybody. I'll get to it, but the Knight of Cups in reverse came up for a lot of people, which is basically talking about like slow moving energies and stuff like that. But okay, the Queen, naturally, the Queen of Pentacles. So this is saying like, this is our season now. This is our season to acquire the things that need to be acquired. Give me 1 second. Remind me later. I had an update on my computer that came up. This is the season to acquire the things that need to be acquired. Now, here's the thing. Uranus being in Taurus is going to require us to do things by the book. So no sneaking off, or no doing things in sort of a shady fashion, no cutting corners. This is going to be the time where by cutting corners, you're going to get caught doing that. And so we can't be a tyrant. We have to be a king or a queen. We cannot be somebody who there's a difference between conquering things and Columbusing. I call it Columbusing them. Don't Columbus anything, conquer it, but with honor. So we have the Temperance card. And some of these, deals, if you will, maybe it's in love, maybe it's in business, maybe it's all of the above. But the Temperance card, sorry, I'm having just a candle going, and so everything's not really like focusing like I would like it to. The Temperance card is basically telling us, all right, so now that you know what you need, the lands you want to conquer, you need to be patient and allow them to happen, but not just be patient. And this is kind of key. It's not just about being patient. It's being kind of sort of calculated and patient. It's kind of being like, I got nothing but time. Okay. I see where I'm going. I see what I want. I see what land I want to conquer. Got nothing but time. Oh, you want me to play the game? You want me to play the game? I'll play the game. I'll play the game. I got nothing but time. So it's that kind of sort of calculated, that sort of way of being able to conquer. You have to be conquered by knowing how to move about with your opponent. I feel like I just have to talk to you guys about royalty. Like, I just feel like, yeah, this could be about love. This could be about your career. This could be about your relationships. But really, at the end of the day, we're royalty, and this is about our kingdoms. So, we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. And so this is, this also came up for Capricorn, and there's a lot of this sort of like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, sort of like really, if you're going to move, don't move for the sake of just moving. Move with a very direct purpose. This is definitely also about, let's see. Yeah, I think that that's pretty much it. It's like make sure you're moving with purpose. Everything you do for the next 7 years, make sure you're doing it in a way that is going to acquire more land. Okay? This is a very like military like reading, but make sure you're moving to acquire more land. Make sure you're moving to to gain exactly what you want. Don't just move for the sake of movement. This is not the time to do that. This is not the Aries energy. This is the Taurian energy. This is the stable foundations. This is the kingdom building energy. So the Four of Swords. Finally. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but the Four of Swords energy is basically saying, like, don't forget to rest. So while you're conquering lands and being a bad bitch, and making sure you're making calculated moves, don't forget to rest. There is time now in this period to rest. It's like, yeah, you have a kingdom to conquer, but like you have nothing but net. You have nothing but time right now. And so just kind of like, just chill in it. Just chill in it. And when it's time to move. When it's time to rest. But really, don't exhaust your energy right now. This is not that time. Everything else is working in your favor anyway. So this is not the time to just like move for the sake of movement. This is time to, when you need to, pull it back. Pull it back. And trust the process of what's happening. We have the Knight of Cups that comes in reverse. And so this is a bit of slow moving energy. This is basically saying like the things that you want are worth the wait. It's worth the wait. And so if you can tap into your patience, tap into your sort of your ability to be able to or fix signs, so to fix yourself on whatever you want and to be patient enough to be able to obtain it. If you can actually do that, then you're going to be absolutely fine. Let's see what's at the end of the deck here. Okay, so we have the King of Cups, but the King of Cups is in reverse. And so this is saying to me that like we're very, very heart-based people. Like we're very like all about what's happening in the heart. This is telling me that we need to use our heart too. Use our heart to direct us where we need to go. Use our head to get to where we need to go. Okay? So heart for direction, head to, navigate through, this particular part of our kingdom. Okay? All right. Well, I hope that was helpful. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will talk to you guys mid-month in July. Okay? All right. Bye.